New Year's. When I think of New Year's, I think of a coming of age movie where the main character gets a long awaited kiss under a sky filled with fireworks with confetti falling from the sky like snow. You guys ever had that experience, or has Hollywood once again gaslighted me into thinking that is a experience that real people have? Let me know. But New Year's for the past couple of years has been pretty disappointing, and I think that's just in an effort for us to just not jinx things. But all I know from being on this earth for this long is that things can always get worse. And they probably will. So it's best to just enjoy the moment while we have it. So instead of spending New Year's like I usually do, which typically involves crying and mourning the loss of my youth or whatever, I was invited to a wedding this year, which will probably send me into a different type of existential crisis, but it's fun to change things up. I've also never been to a rich person wedding before, so I'm really excited to see what type of shit they got going on. I might fuck around and steal a centerpiece. I'm excited. Oh, with exception to when I was 6 and I was a flower girl at my aunt's wedding in the Philippines. So cute. But that's when I realized I have absolutely nothing to wear, and my pockets are dry from Christmas, so we just need to make something work that's already in this house. Okay, anyone who likes to thrift can definitely relate to this, but this dress came out of the pile of clothes in the corner of my room that I call the need to sew pile, which never gets touched. I've just been too lazy to do it until the day that I need it. Okay, so this is the dress that I'm going to fix. I honestly regret doing what I did to it because it is honestly a really beautiful dress, but the plan was just to take in the waist like this, and oh my god, now that I'm looking at it, it's so pretty. But I felt kind of weird about making like the kipao sexy. It's not an authentic kipao, but still, I just felt weird about it. So this is what we're gonna do. I was planning on doing this kind of like velvet mini dress, kind of inspired by like 90s runway, and then I was gonna pair it with these black opera gloves because it is winter. It is a little bit cold. I don't know how much warmth that's gonna provide me, but I feel like it adds a little bit of a classiness to the look. I don't know. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is just cut off the zipper because this fabric is really stretchy and I have like way too much fabric to work with anyway. But okay, I was thinking about it, about how I really like the look of the qipao before, and I saved the top part with the frog clasp and the sleeves. I cut it off in this clip here. I'll show you. I cut it off, but I saved it, and I feel like I'm just going to sew it back on later and it'll be nice. Okay, so don't get mad at me. Anyways, back to this tutorial. So I found this dress that I really like the fit of on me, and I'm just basically copying this dress exactly. So I'm cutting two pieces, the top piece and the bottom piece, and if you don't have a dress that you like, that you want to copy, here, let me give you a little help. So for the top, you're going to measure from the top of your chest to the smallest part of your waist, and then obviously the width of your chest. Okay, now I'm going for the skirt. Don't do what I did. Everything you're watching for the next 5 seconds, don't do what I did. I'm just gonna show you this it's hard to watch. Like, look at this. It won't even cut because I'm doing it straight on the floor. Yikes. But I'm just tracing around the dress. I wouldn't recommend that you do this because it's just not even, and you definitely want it to be even. So let me show you how to make it even, what I should have done in the first place. Anyways, measure the smallest part of your waist, the largest part of your hips and bust, your butt, and around your thighs, and then however long you want it to be. And then after you have those measurements, go back to your fabric, trace one side, and then flip it over, and then mirror that exact same shape so that it's even. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of annoyed watching myself make dumb mistakes. Like, what am I doing? Anyways, see how uneven this is? My body's not shaped like that. And then the seam is off. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see how off it is. Like, that little seam is supposed to go right between your butt crack and up your spine. And I mean, I don't have scoliosis. I don't know what I was doing here. Okay, so now you should have your front and your back, top and bottom, all cut out, and it is time to start sewing. But guess what I got for Christmas, you guys? I got a new sewing machine. Well, this is just my mom's that she doesn't use, and she just traded with my old sewing machine, and this one is so much nicer. I'm so excited to use it and do more tutorials with it. But anyways, we're gonna pin the top and the bottom together, and we're just gonna sew straight across. I'm using a zigzag stitch, by the way, because this is a stretchy material. Okay, so once those are sewn together, we're just gonna sew the front and the back together along the sides. And this was kind of hard because I don't know if you could tell by the silhouettes, they really just did not match up. So I just had to do a lot of stretching and cutting. So I really emphasize, you guys, the step where you make things even. Really emphasize that, okay? But once you're done sewing your dress, make sure you make your cat a little dress too, because it's really rude if you don't. And even with all the mishaps that I had, this is a dress so far. It looks great, it fits great, it feels great, it's fine. Mistakes are okay. With stretchy fabric, everything is okay. But I feel like it needed a little bit of extra pizzazz, so I found this fur trim at Walmart, and I thought it would be perfect to add on to the top of the dress. So something important that you got to keep in mind when you're measuring this feather trim is you want to measure off of the fabric stretched out a little bit, because once you start sewing the feather trim onto the dress and you don't stretch it out a bit, it's going to be really hard to get into. It loses its elasticity if you don't like stretch it out, and you need room to fit that big ol' head of yours, okay? So give it a little bit of stretch and then sew it on. Okay?
Tell me why you like me, baby. 나도 알고 싶다고. Tell me why you like me, baby. 지금 알고 싶다고. Tell me why you like me, baby. 난 네 맘 알고 싶다고. Tell me why you like me, baby. You've been on my mind, you've been on my mind, yeah. 머릿속에 girl, you won't leave me alone. Good girl with a good mind, good heart with a good vibe. 설명하기 너무 어려워.
So, guess what? Right about now is the time that I should be leaving to go to the wedding venue, but I just found out that the wedding was canceled. So I just spent a day rushing to make this dress for absolutely no reason. But I hope you at least enjoyed the video of me making it, so at least we have that. Okay, well, I will see you guys next time, I guess. Bye!